The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Say, Joe, look up my name on YouTube right quick. Man, why all my fucking players tired and shit? Hold on. I don't know what that big car. I gotta find out what it's called.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle
that called
and a
King
timeout.
Tate.
They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
I can send that bit. What? I know. You see it?
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate.
I see that bit. I sent that bit. I think I sent that bit. Yeah, I sent that bit. I sent that bit.
Get anything out of that run.
I don't need nigga named Dwayne Bros.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
No!
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Give me fucking nose, nigga.
Von Bell. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Oh, yeah, niggas tuning into my shit, son. I got 3 views, to perfection. Nigga about to blow up.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Burrow will throw.
Man, Joe, wait, you watching my shit, son?
Picked off around the 27.
Man, some fuck shit just happened,
son. Across midfield to the 46-yard line. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Well, always so many storylines when you're playing January football. And, Charles, you talk about this offense, their head coach, it's his first time in charge in the playoffs. And I think you and I were both kind of surprised by his demeanor and specifically his comments and his confidence at the press conference where he really all but guaranteed a victory.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback because you don't normally see that. And on one hand, it's like, all right, cool. He feels great about his team. But on the other hand, I don't think it's in his best interest to do that. How many playoff games has he won again, Brandon?
None.
So there's your answer right there. I guess what he was trying to do was fire up his team, but he has to make sure he doesn't fire up the other guys because there's a lot of coaches made guarantees that are no longer coaching in this league.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Bridgewater.
Thank you.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
I threw that this one. That was a touchdown.
My goodness.
I threw a picture.
Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
No, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Now Gordon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Give me those!
Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football.
Oh, you still playing that
scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He's already talking like he's in the fucking game.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I was Joe Burrow had how long?
From the 41, Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Flush to his right. And that ball will be intercepted yet again.
I threw another pick, son.
Nice Callahan. And the Broncos are going to have it here at
Yeah,
the 15.
Flag. I'm glad. So I can buy right now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Left side here, that's the tight end Fan. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. To throw, Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Oh, I'm about to pop the fuck out this thing.
They'll run on first down. Gordon. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now the handoff comes to Gordon, and he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run it.
Come on!
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Joe, you would have scored by now, huh? Bro, this nigga letting him run to the 2-minute.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Bridgewater's throw into the hands of Fan. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a big play there from the Broncos. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
On first down, it's Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large. They've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Bridgewater to throw it.
Yes, sir.
And it's incomplete.
Defensively, Charles, they
continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Bridgewater. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. The kick by McManus is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So
I'm strong before half.
No win, it should be a passer's dream as well.
You got to move this ball methodically.
The defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
I got 2 timeouts, bitch. This is man. This is not real life.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Bro, I ain't had a ball that long time.
There is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
All on my
Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dust.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
This is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Jamar Chase moving so slow.
I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
On 3rd down, Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35
that nigga used
for
the
the
timeout
first,
for me.
but he only makes it to the 34.
No food in my crib now. I live life, bitch. Yeah.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be T. Higgins. They'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
Ball, fuck you. It's been a hard-fought game for me.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Uzomah. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call.
I'm going Jamar Chase on this play.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you out to Orlando, look back at Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game.
I ain't have nothing left, son. No, I couldn't use it. The 0, it was 0. I tried as soon as I caught that bitch. I'm like, fuck.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
You see how my nigga fell down? Yeah. Yeah, that nigga missed my stupid ass.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Rolling to his left. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Fuck you mean?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball.
Oh,
but when that
this
guy
nigga don't
also
got
breaks
nobody on
tackles
the
and
D-line.
creates
Why
extra
haven't I been
yardage,
running the ball?
they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime innings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
I know this nigga not that good.
Seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
From the 22, Burrow buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
What you mean?
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12.
Well, they're hoping that the 2nd half is better for him than the 1st half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Escaping the pressure.
Why you stop running?
Time tonight, it's an interception.
Man, this nigga pissed me off.
And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
But this nigga can't score me, son.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their 1st possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
This is Gordon on the dump off. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Bridgewater's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run on first down. Gordon.
This
Tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater.
team.
Still incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the ground now with Gordon. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
What button it is to skip against
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive.
That's really wasting the clock. I don't think so.
On 1st down. Boom. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I know that.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And that's checked down to Gordon.
Man.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
I played this game too. All my players are tired coming into it.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Fuck no.
Down, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold them up.
Oh, pick the ball.
Guy in, break it the football, get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, this game's over.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. This is close. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They're going to run. This is Gordon.
He ain't get it.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Gordon.
He still ain't get it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts.
How you welcome it?
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Exactly, son. You can have the goal line stuff.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon, fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
I mean, I ain't seen this in a while, but that's not an excuse.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This shit is unacceptable.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Well, I got a lot of niggas that's tired.
The Bengals drive about to get going. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. A good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
It's like this nigga run to the fucking side.
Here's Burrow.
Like primary going to every time.
Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Man.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Rolling to his right. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to be... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone.
Yeah, I'm already
Bronco defense has a touchdown. McManus
I'm about to
now for
start
the
back
extra
playing this
point.
shit again, son. Cause this shit does not feel good.
He's got it, and it's 17-0.
I ain't have nothing else open, son.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
You ain't gonna watch me make the epic comeback?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. But Charles, what a rookie season he had, catching the football over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year one.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Steps away to his left. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Higgins. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Burrow. That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Higgins team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
83 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's going on. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
They keep it on the ground again. Gordon, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Yeah, fucking fantasy draft. More line shits.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game.